Yeah. 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. One West hitter, big steppin', caught the eye, roughly translated lethal weapon with the Danny Glovers for the fingerprint covers. Type of nigga start beef just to see your true colors. We don't want no coward, then I'll spin that block for your cover. Don't break no oath and try to act like we brothers. From a nigga named Jacob and 4 different mothers. I stay ready like it's Malcolm looking out them shutters. We try and get it out the gutters till we ball like ruckus. Booted up, no Timbs, if it was it's the butters. Ain't no hoe in his blood and his heart don't flutter. I'll pop some Castle Hill nigga, he ain't raised no runners. I don't run with 6'9" or gunners, lay more pipe than plumbers. Just some bad motherfuckers. Too long I've been slept on, boy, smoother than Teflon. Too dope to get stepped on. One West I rep on, no never getting crept on. Ain't fucking with a nigga, then you could get the F on. Baby said I'm handsome, gas at me like Chevron. I ain't take no losses, if I did I learned the lesson. I just keep it pushing, ain't waiting for you to catch on. Motion, locomotion, without the pills or the potion. Outspoken, man, this nigga is always causing commotion. Son of Joseph, just try and build us a Goshen. From here to Boston, a nigga is fucking awesome. A blessing if you caught and put that pussy in the coffin. If it ain't U.P.K, you niggas ain't important. Started living life as soon as I took my portion. Type of smoke we pull up and these niggas started coughing. Choke artists, swallowing, wallowing. Xanax and a Klonopin. Sensitive ass niggas be crying over at homonyms on foeing them grave. None of these niggas brave, none of these Christians saved. All of you niggas gay. Fake ass niggas try and walk the road that we paved. Try and skip the toll roads, can't pay the price that we paid. Boots, beards, and the braids, a few stresses and grades. Living the last days, I showed them it ain't a phase. Through the furnace of affliction, through the fire unscathed. Walk through the furnace of affliction, through the fire unscathed, nigga.
Look, I ain't talking about my jewels when I say I'm juice sucker. Former lions say hate, I just save them some room. They pick and choose, that's the difference with me and no dude. That ain't my bitch, let she say the salute. I got a rib, but every entree come with a side. You think you fucking with me, you found comfort in lies. I be weary of these niggas, they come to divide. I stand on business like politicians tucking their ties. They say it's hate when they see careers starting to die, but I'm the type to still press behind enemy lies. I ain't afraid to lift the iron like my name was Raham. Go with them if you nervous about picking a side. Let God fix it, if I do I'm gonna end up in cuffs. I ain't letting shit slide, I'm petty as fuck. Yeah, they wanna hash it out, but the damage is done. They afraid to pick up the phone when I'm calling they bluff. Yeah, I'm the GOAT, no Capricorn. They already know I'm U.P.K, what you asking for? Took so many ills, why y'all even keep track of score? You got the right nigga, you ain't know I'm a man of war. Fuck these niggas, I swear they got more issues than Vogue. They always saying it ain't like that when you catch them alone. I ain't playing tug of war with no internet trolls. You got my low, it's an issue, come address it with smoke. Oh man, got them checking for posts. What a coincidence. Me and my niggas hate it the most. Throwing salt and pepper till your little king get choked. Did my homework on all you niggas being some hoes. Stuck to the code. My eyes were purple and gold. I'm as solid as they come. I ain't breaking no oath. Not to zob me, stand firm. I don't bend, I don't fold. To Christ's return, I'm a thug with my woes. Whoa.
Shalom, Israel. It's that time again. The I.S.U.P.K. under Commanding General YAHANNA presents the Lord's 57th Annual Passover. That's right, the Lord's 57th Annual Passover, April 4th, 2026 in Houston, Texas. All Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans are commanded to observe the Lord's Passover. This will be the biggest Passover to date. You do not want to miss this. Fresh lamb, fresh wine, and bitter herbs as commanded by the Most High. Only $200 per person ages 17 and up. The biggest event of the year. There is only one Passover, and it's under Commanding General YAHANNA. See you there, Israel. Shalom.
Nobody else there to compare to. Train for war, men of war, and warlike apparel. Prefer our leaders, can't get between us. Watch where you stepping.
Check. Good. All right, cool. Shalom, we're gonna give everybody a second to get up in here. Make sure everything's good. This real quick. Share it up. All right, Shalom. Of course, this is the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge. Started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander Jimmy YAHANNA. We teach all so-called Blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians your true identity according to the Bible. We teach the truth according to the Bible as well, tearing out all lies and indoctrination that you suffer from in the Christian church. You understand? Of course, we're going to open the class up to any questions. If brothers and sisters have any questions, feel free to type them in at any time. We see it, we're going to get to it. Is there any questions in the class? Yeah, go ahead, brother.
I need a general breakdown of Amos 8 through 11.
Amos 8 through 11. Let's see. Let's get it. And of course, I'll answer all questions to the best of my ability. If I can't get it, I'll save it for a man that does have an answer. Amos, what'd you say? Amos 8 and 11?
Amos chapter 8, verse 11.
All right, hold on. Let me see. Let me get there with you. Okay, go ahead.
The book of Amos, chapter 8, verse 11. Behold, the days come, saith the Lord God, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor of thirst for water, but of hearing the words of the Lord. I want to know, is this a future prophecy or is it happening now?
It's a future prophecy. There's going to be a time where, that's why it's got another precept. Can't think of it off the top of my head. Seek the Lord while he may be found. Insinuating that, I'm paraphrasing, of course, but insinuating that there will be a time where the Lord is not going to be able to be found. It's going to be a time where the Lord pulls his prophets off the streets and we just hunkered in on doing the things behind the scenes as far as keeping this nation and keeping each other safe and thriving and going. You see what I'm saying? So this is more so like it's going to be a time where we're not out there on the prophecies been said enough. You know what I'm saying? Or this is done. You know, being out there on that corner is done. You know what I'm saying? It's like we locked in here now. You know what I'm saying? So that's the time. This is something that will happen. You know what I'm saying? That will happen. It has happened in the past. When what did he tell Daniel to seal up the book? You know what I'm saying? He told Daniel to seal up the book. That's something that has happened in the past, and it's going to happen again. You see what I'm saying? So it's a thing that has happened and a thing that will happen again. You know what I'm saying? So for brothers and sisters, y'all better get it while you're getting while the getting is good. You know what I'm saying? Brothers is everywhere. They out there in the streets and all the cities you at, they doing classes, food drives. You know what I'm saying? Things are thriving and going on. It's best to make your salvation and election sure. You know what I'm saying? Don't leave it up to chance. You know what I mean? We know the Lord will have mercy on whom he'll have mercy on. But you don't leave your bills up to chance. You go out there and get it and you go pay them, right? So let's do the same and making things sure. Go ahead. You had a question about it?
The prophecy of Christ and brothers getting their crowns on the mountain, like the Ezra scene.
Mm-hmm.
When it's speaking of the man of high stature, is this speaking of his physical? Speaking of like he's exalted, we can tell that he's the king, and like the glory that's being shown. He's physically taller than everybody.
I heard both. I heard it's both ways. Yeah, I heard the general break it down recently as he's taller than everybody, and I also heard it breaking down that he's actually like his stature is like he's taller than everybody, and also that his stature too. Like he was marveled that. Okay, it was like these brothers are getting praised, and you would be like, oh shoot, he's the king. Like that brother is getting praised. Then you see him getting more praise than them. So it's his physical stature, though. I'm going to vote off the last breakdown that I heard, and it was his physical stature, Christ being taller than everybody. So Christ going to be, think of like a Kevin Garnett. You know what I'm saying? Brother that's just extremely tall. You know what I'm saying?
Come.
I don't know why I said KG. It's the first dude that popped in my mind. Hey, shalom, everybody in the chat. Appreciate y'all for checking in. Any more questions?
Salakia, sir, if I may.
Mm-hmm.
I want another breakdown on Deuteronomy 28, verse 53.
The curses. Let's get it. Deuteronomy 28 and 53.
You know, is it literal or is it a spiritual prophecy?
All right, let's get it.
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 53. And thou shalt eat the fruit of thine own body, the flesh of thy son and of thy daughters, which the Lord thy God hath given thee in the siege, and in the straitness wherewith thine enemies shall distress thee.
Right. Keep going.
Verse 54. So that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eye shall be evil towards his brother.
Okay. So you want just 53?
Just 53.
Okay. And you're asking what exactly?
Right.
You're asking, like, what's the question?
Right. I'm basically asking when it says, and thou shalt eat the fruit of thine own body,
the
flesh of thy sons and daughters. I know that's not literal.
No, that's literal. That's literal, brother. That's something that's happened to us. Or like if you read about the what is it? When they starved us in Jerusalem, during what was that? During the siege? Through the siege of Jerusalem. It's siege in that verse too, right? Yeah, during the siege of Jerusalem, it was I remember Commander YAHANNA breaking down an account of when we was eating leather. Like it was getting our garments, breaking them down, starving us so bad, we was eating leather, and the city was given up to lawlessness. And was this one sister that had things. I forget. I'm mad at myself. I can't remember the account. But she had things, and she would come back to the city. But everybody in the city didn't have things, so they would just rob this sister. They would just rob her and rob her and rob her. And then eventually took everything she had, and she got so hungry. We got so hungry that they went to go rob her again. And they came and found that sister eating her baby. You know what I'm saying? The Romans starved us so bad that we was eating our own children. This is something that happened in they did it to the Northern Kingdom over here in the Central Americas, eating cannibalism, starving you so bad, being so hungry that we ate our own children. The Lord seen that will happen to us. Go ahead.
2 Kings 6:29.
Go ahead, let's hear it. That's what I was just talking about. All right. Yeah, this is something that the Lord said, man, he will see like all these prophecies. But okay, you gotta think back what Moses was seeing in this is what physically is going to happen to you and spiritually. You know what I'm saying? But he's correlating it to you, like the spiritual things is clear, like, oh, you're gonna serve other gods and stuff like that. But he's talking about what he's physically seeing you're gonna be doing. You see what I'm saying? He's physically seeing Negroes, Latinos, and natives, God's chosen people, being put on ships. He's physically seeing you eat your babies. The Lord's showing them this. You see what I'm saying? Let's get that. Where's it at? We just talked about this the other day, huh? About y'all. Real quick before we get to the Kings chapter. Let me pull my notes up real quick. It's right here. Give me 2nd Esdras 14:1. Hold that Kings too, though. We're gonna go back to that. 2nd Esdras 14:1. Y'all share the feed, Bubba Kashaw. Let's get it up there. Get it out there. Pause. Slack.
It's the book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 14, verse 1. And it came to pass in the 3rd day that I sat under an oak, and behold, there came a voice out of the bush over against me
Okay.
and said, Esdras, Esdras. And I said, see, Lord, here I am.
What does that sound like? Who else got spoke to from a book or from a bush? Go ahead.
Moses.
Moses. Yep. Go ahead.
And I said, see, Lord, here I am.
Mm-hmm.
And I stood up on my feet. Then he said unto me, in a bush I revealed myself unto Moses.
Right.
And talked with him
Mm-hmm.
when my people served in Egypt.
Right.
And I sent him that he led my people out of Egypt.
Mm-hmm.
And I brought him up unto Mount Sinai
Mm-hmm.
and kept him by me many days.
Right. So he's here's where the meat comes. Right. Go ahead.
And told him many wondrous things
Mm.
and revealed to him secrets
And
of
what-
the future.
And what?
And revealed to him secrets of the future,
He revealed-
time and end.
Right. He revealed to him. So meaning what? He's seen it.
Right.
Moses seen these things. Keep going.
And I commanded him, saying, this word shalt thou declare, and that thou shalt keep secret.
Right. And these words shall thou declare, and some of them things you don't tell them. So there's some of the things Moses seen, it's not even written in the Bible. But some of them things he showed us. That's what he tells us. So when Moses came back down from that mountain and gave us this, he literally seen it. The Lord showed it to him. You know what I'm saying? And so in seeing that, he seen what was to come. That's why he told him, keep these blessings. Keep these things that the Lord is commanding us to do. Because we were physically eating your child. Oh, I seen you're gonna go physically eat your children. The Romans are gonna take what we built up and take it from us and destroy it. And you're gonna be talking in languages. People from afar off that you don't know is gonna come up against you and have you serving gods of wood and stone. And he's seeing this thing. Go ahead. Drop the Esdras. Let's get the what was it at about Jala? 2 Kings. Let's get this account real quick.
It's the book of 2 Kings, chapter 6, starting at verse 24.
Mm-hmm.
And it came to pass after this that Ben-Hadad, king of Syria, gathered all his hosts and went up and besieged Samaria. And there was a great famine in Samaria, and behold, they besieged it until an ass's head was sold for 80 pieces of silver,
Mm-hmm.
and the fourth part of a cab of dove's dung for 5 pieces of silver. And as the king of Israel was passing by upon the wall, there cried a woman, saying, help. Slaki. There cried a woman unto him, saying, help, my lord, O king. And he said, if the Lord do not help thee, when shall I help thee?
Mm-hmm.
Out of the barn floor or out of the winepress? And the king said unto her, what aileth thee? And she answered, this woman said unto me, give thy son that we may eat him today,
Mm-hmm.
and we may eat my son tomorrow.
Mm-hmm. There it goes right there. So that goes into the, Go ahead, keep going.
And the king said unto her, what aileth thee? And she answered, this woman said unto me, give thy son that we may eat him today, and we may eat my son tomorrow.
Mm.
Damn, that's hard to read. Verse 29, so we boiled my son and did eat him.
Mm.
And I said unto her on the next day, give thy son that we may eat him. And she hath hid her son.
All right. You see what I'm saying? That's what happens when we turn away from the Most High God. You see what I'm saying? This is the reality that of turning away from the Lord. And in your turning away from the Lord, the white man can make you eat your kids. In your turning away from the Lord, the white man can starve you so bad. The Lord is our strength. The Lord is who we need to be on top. You see what I'm saying? The Lord is who we need to not eat our babies, to not be under such a beast like these people in America today. We did, sadly, because we were starved, what they do in pleasure. And it's disgust to us. You know what I'm saying? And it should make us feel how you felt right there. You see what I'm saying? It's a shameful thing. It's a sad thing to to look back, but we learn from this history and we improve on ourselves. That's why it matters. That's why it matters what you're doing right now, into today, serving the Lord, being what the Lord wants you to be. Give me Ecclesiastes 12 and 13. Life is simple. You know what I'm saying? Life is real simple. It's not a bunch of things you got to do. You know what I'm saying? The Lord made it simple. Jacob is a simple man. You know what I'm saying? Lord made it simple for what you must do, how you must live, and what He laid it all out for you. It's simple. This is what you do, and if you don't do it, this is what's going to happen to you. But if you do this, you're going to be great. You're going to be amazing. You're going to show yourself different above all people. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
This is the book of Ecclesiastes, verse 12. Slakia, chapter 12, verse 13.
Mm-hmm.
Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter.
Right.
Fear God and keep his commandments.
That's it. Go ahead.
For this is the whole duty of man.
This is as simple. That's what you got to do. You want to rule the earth? Do that. You want to be on the right-hand side of God? Do that. You want to be a righteous man? Do that.
Right.
You want to stop gang banging? Do that. You want to stop prostituting? Do that. You know what I'm saying? You want to be a great father? Do that.
Right.
You want to be a great brother? Do that. It's all falls under that umbrella. Read it one more time.
Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter.
This is just to give you a little context. This is Solomon, King Solomon, after living many lives, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? If you catch my drift. Not saying he had many lives, but he had so much wealth that he can go and dive. He can, what do you call it? He had many he indulged in many different things, many different worlds. You see what I'm saying? He was the party man. He indulged in studying. He indulged in women. He indulged in many different worlds to try to find something of meaning. And after all of this is the end of Ecclesiastes. He says, let us hear the conclusion of the matter. all that I did was vanity. It didn't matter. What made me feel the most fulfilled, what made me feel the best, what made me feel at my peak was this. Read one more time.
Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter.
Mm-hmm.
Fear God and keep his commandments.
Mm-hmm.
For this is the whole duty of man.
That's what he learned. And me and you never lived a king's life. He lived a king's life, the wisest. So he wasn't no dumb brother. He gave his life to, if you read Ecclesiastes, he gave his life to philosophy and studying different things and wanting to learn this and wanting to know that, and obviously handling the affairs of a king. He said all that, man. He's like, look, I'm gonna keep it simple. This is the conclusion of it all. This is what the purpose of man is, and he wrote it down to us, made it simple for us, so we don't, just like if you a brother that lived a certain life, right? This is, I can only correlate it. We in California, so it's correlated to gangbang. If you gangbang, you like, man, look, I didn't did enough wrong for where I'm gonna teach my son. I'm gonna give him the conclusion. I'm telling him what it's gonna be, so he doesn't go live this life. I didn't do enough of it, so you don't have to go do it. Right. That's what Solomon did for us. He's our forefather, right? From the one of our forefathers, one of our kings, right? So there it is. There, you know what I mean? So where was we at? We just broke down the 54, right? Yeah. Okay. Come on, go ahead. Bajala. Yeah. You good to go? Go ahead, about.
I got to break down Songs of Solomon 1:1.
1:1. Let's get it.
This is the book of Song of Solomon, chapter 1, verse 1. The Song of Songs, which is Solomon's.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 2. Let him kiss me with the kisses of his mouth, for thy love is better than wine.
What's your question about?
Sorry, this is speaking about the world, like how when it speaks about when Judas came up and kissed Christ.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying, this isn't speaking of touching another man with your lips. What is this talking about? You know,
hold on, let me see. No, this one is a sister. He's talking about a bride in this. You see what I'm saying? But in the holy kiss is something different. A holy kiss is a salute. This is a damn near like a love letter. You see what I'm saying? This is hold on, let me see. It says a young Shulamite's bride and Jerusalem's daughters. Hold on, let me see. Yeah, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. If I'm not mistaken, this is like a love letter. Like, you know what I'm saying? This is, I could be wrong though. Hold on. Let me get back to you on this. 'Cause I'm not sure. You know what I'm saying? But from what I remember being broken down to me, it's like a love letter. This is not the it's a back and forth between Solomon and a woman. You see what I'm saying? But it's not the same as a holy kiss. When it says what you're talking about in the New Testament, that's a salute. That's the holy kiss. That's that. You know what I'm saying? But this right here, I mean, I'm gonna make sure I'm the get it real quick. Anything else? All right. I probably have free at the end of class, honestly. Hold on. Somebody at the door. All right. So we're gonna go into if y'all still got any more questions or you got questions on the topic, just feel free, raise your hand. Let's get it in. Anybody online with questions, feel free to type them in. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate everybody. Shalom, Shakat, Shalom, Kapah, Shalom, Shalat, Shalom, Tapara, young man Michael. Who else up in here? Asa, am I saying that right?
Yeah.
Asa, Shalom, sis. Boom, 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 everybody else. Shalom, shalom. All right. So let's get we're gonna go into the topic. Tonight is gonna be salvation for Israel. This is gonna be a class you do want to take notes in because I'm gonna give you what you need to have just keywords when you hear shalom, brother, shalom. When you hear certain things, you know where to go, what to pull, because Christians oftentimes try to confuse you with your words, confuse you with Paul's writings and things of that nature. And I'm going to give you the key words and how to go to where you would hear a Christian say, oh no, this is talking about everybody. This is talking about everybody. You know what I'm saying? This is when they Sean, brother, when they mention this is for him, or this is for us, and this is for that. So I'm gonna give you key words in the Bible and prove it with the scripture, right? For an example, let's get well, it was it's like a sidebar. It was a love letter. It's not an actual. It's talking about. It's a love letter. Songs of Solomon 1 is a love letter. Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. If you see one, apocrypha, that's for the school. Anybody, you can just grab it anytime. All right. Give me something that give me some of them words Christians try to use to tie you up, like from Paul's writings. Because we all know in here, right, that Paul wasn't talking to everybody, right? We know that Paul's mission was what? Go ahead. To the Gentiles, though. Right. To teach the lost sheep. Same thing, same mission Christ was on, to go teach the lost sheep of the house of Israel. But there's words that people use or see, and anybody see, no, Paul was talking to everybody. Give me one of those words. Go ahead, about Greek. Yes. Go ahead.
Gentiles.
Yes, but in certain contexts, Gentile is what though? Go ahead.
They can be Israelites who lost their way.
Or go ahead about Yakima. Heathen. It can be both. But understanding context is important. You see what I'm saying? We're gonna get into that tonight. I can't. If you raise your hand, young man, you gonna have to raise it way up high. I can't see you over here in this corner. No, okay, okay. All right, but some of the words I'm talking about, like Paul uses words like beloved. He uses words like what's some words he uses? Strangers, or he uses words like y'all get what I'm saying? My people, brethren, his people, the world. These are words that he uses for you. I mean, for us, but the Christian church will confuse it and make it seem like it's for everybody. But this is why the I.S.U.P.K and the Commander Junior YAHANNA is important, because we're going to give you what these things are. So let's start off with his people, right? These are things, when you hear his people, what verse should you go to clarify who his people are? Give me an example. Give me a precept to cut. People say, no, his people is everybody that believes on him. How do you go prove who his people are? That's why I said this is a class you want to put it in your notes. When you see his people, I know how to cut a Christian. No, this is what it really means. Because in your mind, what are you going to say? Christian going to pull, no, his people is everybody. That's what they're going to tell you. How can you cut this Christian and prove him who his people is when they're talking about his people in the Bible? Because the Christian going to say, I'm his people. I believe on the name. I confess what they say? I confess the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. I'm his people. But how do you go cut this Christian and let him know who his people is? Abajala.
Matthew 1:21.
Let's hear it.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 1, verse 21. And she shall bring forth a son, and thou shalt call his name Jesus, for he shall save his people from their sins.
Yeah, but who is that? A Christian is going to tell you who. They're going to say, I'm that.
Right, come on.
So who is that?
Genesis 25:17.
Let's hear it. You see what I'm trying to, you see what I want?
Yeah, come on.
All right, let's get that. So y'all can have this in your mind, and so you can go back and you can cut it. No, his people that's spoken of in Matthew 21 is bam. See what I'm saying? That's what we want. Anybody?
Genesis 25:8.
Let's hear it.
And Abraham gave up the spirit and died in an old age, an old man and full of years, and was gathered to his people. And his son Isaac and Ishmael buried him in the cave of Machpelah.
I wouldn't use that one. That's not clear enough. You see what I'm saying? It's not clear enough for a Christian. You want to cut him. Go ahead, Yakuwan.
Romans 9:3.
Let's hear it.
This is the book of Romans, chapter 9, verse 3. For I could wish that myself were accursed from Christ for my brethren, my kinsmen, according to the flesh. Verse 4, who are Israelites, to whom pertaineth the adoption and the glory and the covenants and the giving of the law and the service of God and the promises.
That's a good one. That is a good one. But you want to keep the Christian right there. You want to keep him right there. Anybody else want to give it a shot? When I pull these precepts, when I show y'all gonna be like, I see what you're talking about. Where we at? Anybody? All right, let me get which one? There's a couple of them. Let's get hold on 1 second. Let's get Exodus 18:1. That's a good one right there. And then let me get 2 Chronicles 7:10. Then once you prove who his people are, you can go to what you just pulled, Yakuwan. You see what I'm saying? Now it's like, see, now this is talking about this. Now this is talking about that. Now we got to who his people is. Let's get Exodus 18:1.
Come on, the book of Exodus, chapter 18, verse 1. When Jethro, the priest of Midian, Moses, his father-in-law, heard of all that God had done for Moses and for Israel, his people.
And for Israel, who?
His people.
There you go. You see what I'm saying? Now we know that his people are who? Israel. Now give me 2 Chronicles 7:10.
There's a book of 2 Chronicles, chapter 7, verse 10. And on the 3 and 20th day of the 7th month, he sent the people away into their tents, glad and merry and at heart for the goodness that the Lord has shown unto David and to Solomon and to Israel his people.
And to what?
And to Israel his people.
And to Israel his people. This one is even better because it shows you the Lord showed unto David and Solomon and Israel his people. So when you hear a Christian bring up I'm his or anything about his people, these are two scriptures right here that you can go, and then you can go into the other thing. I done showed you that Israel is his people. So when the Lord talks about redeeming his people, they're Israelites all the time. That's how you want to do it. You see what I'm saying? Let's get another one. Let's get a Christians like to bring up God's elect. Who is God's elect? We know the blanket statement. God's elect are Israelites. But how would you show somebody who's God's elect are? How would you bring it? You see what I'm saying? How would you bring this up? God's elect. Let's hear it. Show somebody who's God's elect is. Because they would say, I'm his elect, right? Like you gotta think, a Christian's always gonna say every word, like I say, like a God's elect or his people, a Christian is gonna try to apply that to themselves. A white man is gonna try to apply that to himself. You see it all the time. Chinese people walking down Hollywood Boulevard, they're applying that to themselves. They're taking what's good to you and making it their own. So you now have to do what? Defend the truth. You have to defend the faith and show them that this is not talking about you. This is talking about me. I'm these people. See what I'm saying? We're gonna. This is what kind of what we're gonna go into. I know I said salvation for Israel, but this is what we're gonna do. All right, come on.
The book of 2 Ezra, chapter 2, verse 44. So I asked the angel and said, Sir, what are these? He answered and said unto me, These be they that have put off the mortal clothing and put on the immortal, and have confessed the name of God. Now are they crowned and receive palms.
Does that show you who's God elect is, or that shows you what God's elect are getting? You see what I'm saying? That's what that shows you. That shows you what God's elect are getting. How do you even know who God's elect are? Go ahead.
Isaiah 45 and 4.
There you go. Get that young man in hand. Let's go. Let's read it.
It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 45 and verse 4. For Jacob, my servant's sake, and Israel, mine elect.
And what?
Israel, mine elect.
Good. Keep going.
I have even called thee by thy name.
Called thee by thy name. So when a Christian pulls it, no. Israel is God's elect. And if you're not Israel, you're not God's elect. Kick rocks. You know what I'm saying? Isaiah 45 and 4, right? We kind of went in on the my people. I'm gonna give you this. Just go into my people too. Let's prove to me who my people are. Right? Give me some of the precepts on my people. Because now everybody feels that they are the my people. Right? We kind of did that with his people though. That's kind of cool. Y'all can just write these ones down. To prove who my people are when that gets brought up, you go to Exodus 3 and 10. Ezekiel 34 and 30. These are good. That's a real good one. Matter of fact, pull that one. Ezekiel 34 and 30. And then you go Jeremiah 31 and 1. These are all precepts proving who, when you hear a Christian or somebody talking, when you're talking to your family members and all that type of stuff, these are things you want to have. You want to try to bring them in. You got to be able to cut the Christianity off them. Show them the real power of the word of the Lord. Show them the truth in the lines. You see what I'm saying? When you're talking to a brother on the street and you at the liquor store and he sees his shield on, you see he at the grocery store, you at Target with your family, and they see the shield on you. You're like, oh, you a Hebrew Israelite. Or you see you with your fringes on. Oh, you an Israelite. These are things you can show them. No, brother, it's always been a my people. It's always been a his people. It's always been God's elect. You see what I'm saying? And these are the things that's going to equip you and help you to fish a brother in or to cut a Christian. You see what I'm saying? So let's get to what I call
Ezekiel.
Let's get it.
It's the book of Ezekiel, chapter 34, verse 30. Thus shall they know that I am the Lord their God.
Right.
And with them, and that they, even the house of Israel, are my people.
What? Keep going.
Saith the Lord God.
Saith the Lord God. So we know the God of this Bible is their God, right? And that is his people. And his people are the house of Israel. And that's what he said. See what I'm saying? So don't miss me with all that God is for everybody or God is the God of everybody. You see what I'm saying? Now you can cut that off of somebody. Now you can cut that demon off of somebody. You see what I mean? Let's get some more. Did I say Jeremiah 31:1? You can add that to your notes. The brother pulled Jeremiah 51:20. Let's hear it. We pulled. Jeremiah 31:1.
Jeremiah 51:20.
Yeah, let's hear it. Troopers pulled this. Let's see.
It's the book of Jeremiah, chapter 51, verse 20. Thou art my battle axe and weapons of war. For with thee will I break in pieces the nations, and with thee will I destroy kingdoms.
No, I wouldn't use that, brother. But maybe you go up a couple verses. Let's see. That's something that I've learned throughout this truth, that you sometimes to get context, you got to go up a couple verses or go down a couple verses. A Christian would do that. I'm gonna give you an example of how they would do that. A Christian would do that. They'll read one verse, like, okay, for the John 3:16, they'll just read John 3:16. But to cut a Christian, it's like all you want to stay right here and just with this, but you don't want to get the context of the whole conversation, because even in getting the context of the whole conversation, you'll get the cut. You see what I'm saying? Understanding the context, going up a couple verses, maybe you gotta get a couple of more than verses, but getting the full context of what the scripture is talking about, that's why I mentioned with the Gentiles, is important, because now you can understand the difference. You can understand what's really being said in this situation, because some things are just simple, like how I'm pulling these, like how I'm pulling Ezekiel 34, and some things you need context to understand. You see what I'm saying? Let's see. Give me a couple verses up above that.
Go up one verse 19. The portion of Jacob is not like them, for he is the former of all things, and Israel is the rod of his inheritance.
Right. So there, just to prove, I get what you see. Just go up a couple more verses. If you would have said Jeremiah 51:19, I would have understood you more better. You see what I'm saying? That's important though. True. Go ahead, Yakuwan. Let's hear it. It's a million. I mean, not a million, literally, but there's a lot of my people precepts.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 31, verse 31. Behold, the day come, saith the Lord, that I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah. Verse 32. Not according to the covenant that I made with their fathers in the day that I took them by the hand to bring them out of the land of Egypt, which my covenant they break, although I was a husband unto them, saith the Lord. Verse 33. But this shall be the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel after those days, saith the Lord. I will put my law in their inward parts and write in their hearts, and will be their God, and they shall be my people.
Right, there you go. There you go. That's a good one. Get that brother a hand. All right. What's next? These all tie into what I'm going to bring up. You know what I'm saying? When you look at what Christ is, when you pull Matthew 21, 1 and 21, Christ's birth, and asking you about he shall save his people, you got to be able to prove who his people are, quick and clean. Who is his people? Israel. You know what I'm saying? How do you know that? Exodus 18:1. Psalms 148 and 14. I didn't even pull that one. That's a good one for that too. Pull Psalms 1. I'll say that when we get to the breakdown. What time? How much time I got? Dang, the timer not popping. All right, yeah, be good. Yeah, be good. I'm finna run through these real quick. Just give y'all, equip y'all with, improve your sword a little bit. Give me when scriptures talk about beloved, give me some precepts for beloved and grace. You know what I'm saying? Let me hear some of the precepts. When they talk about grace, how do we know how do you know the context of beloved and grace? You see what I'm saying? How can I teach somebody about these things? How can I show them in the Bible that the beloved is Israel, that the grace is for Israel? You see what I'm saying? How can I show them that this Bible is my book and it's your book? How can I prove to you in your mind, clear and cut, that these words, that these scriptures are for you and me, not everybody else? That God is not talking to everybody, because a lot of people think that God is talking to everybody. And since God is talking to everybody, it takes away the important thing that is meant for you, and that is salvation. That is the blessings. That is the kingdom of heaven that is meant for you, for Israelites. You understand? How can I prove to you that it's not? That those goodly words that Christian love to hold dear in their heart, it's not for you, Christian, white man. You see what I'm saying? Or heathen, whatever other nation. How can we prove these things to them? No, that beloved is me. It's my brothers and my sisters, my family. Go ahead. That grace is for me, not you. Go ahead, brothers. Go ahead. When y'all got them, go ahead. Yeah, come on.
There's the book of Hosea, chapter 11, verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
When Israel was a child, then I loved him and called my son out of Egypt.
Mm-hmm. You in the ballpark, but I wouldn't use that one. Who got one? Is that the one he just pulled? Let's hear it. Which one is this for? Beloved or grace?
Beloved.
All right, go ahead.
Book of Hosea, chapter 3, verse 1. Then said the Lord unto me, go yet, love a woman beloved of her friend, yet an adulteress, according to the love of the Lord toward the children of Israel, who look to other gods and love flagons of wine.
Yeah, that's a good one. Add that to the notes. Who got another one? I see you, Troop. That's a good one, Shakat. That's actually the one I'm going to pull. Anybody got another one? Let's hear it. No sweat. Anybody else got another one? Go ahead, brother. Let's hear it.
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7 and verse 6. For thou art a holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
I will pull this more so after I showed somebody who his people are or who my people are. I would pull this to show that you are special into the Lord. I wouldn't necessarily pull this to prove that when they pulling these scriptures talking about beloved and stuff like that. I wouldn't pull this one up. You know what I'm saying? Give me Baruch 3:36. This is the one I would pull. Somebody pull Romans 6:1.
So you said Baruch 3:36?
3:36. Beloved, right here.
This is the book of Baruch, chapter 3, verse 36. He hath found out all the way of knowledge and hath given it unto Jacob his servant, and to Israel his beloved.
And who?
Unto Israel, it's like and to Israel his beloved.
And to Israel his beloved.
Right.
Clean cut. So no, that's not for you. It's for me. I'm Israel. You get what I'm saying? These are things you want to pull. Yeah, we can pass on that one. Let's hear what the brother pulled. He said Romans 6:1. Go ahead.
What if a Christian says, well, I don't ascribe to the Apocrypha?
We don't ascribe to
the Apocrypha.
Baruch is in the Apocrypha. Why don't you subscribe to the Apocrypha? That's what I'll ask him. Why? Do you believe in the word of the Lord?
Right.
Is the Apocrypha not the word of the Lord?
Right.
You see what I'm saying? That's what I would tell him. You really got to pull no precepts for them on that. Because you don't believe, you catch yourself. You don't believe in the whole word. We know that this is for a fact been taken out by the Roman Catholic Church.
Right.
We know that. It's a fact. So you don't believe in it because they took it out? No, this is the complete books that we have.
Right.
See what I'm saying? The books that they took out. People talk about the Bible is tainted, or because we know that they took stuff out. Well, we found some of the stuff that they took out. You don't believe that? You know what I'm saying? I would just cut them with that. I'll leave it alone. All right, all right. What's on you? Don't believe in the Apocrypha, brother. What's on you? It's things in the Apocrypha that correlate to things in the Old Testament because the Apocrypha is from the Old Testament. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'll just leave it like that. All right, well, listen. All right, no sweat. You don't believe in the Apocrypha. Well, then go believe in whatever you believe in. You know what I'm saying? Can't force no crown on nobody here. I ain't finna, make it when it's a fact. Everybody knows. You can Google that. Is the Apocrypha a part of the KJV? It's gonna tell you. Matter of fact, let's do it right now on class. Let's see. Hold on. Go ahead.
Baruch was also Jeremiah's scribe, right?
I believe so. Yeah. Why was the Apocrypha taken out? The Apocrypha was removed from Protestant Bibles primarily due to the 19th century because reformers like Martin Luther deemed them not divinely inspired, differing from the Hebrew canon. So they said this is not canon in the story that they were trying to portray. So they took these books out because it didn't fit their timeline, their storyline. You see what I'm saying? And that they knowing that, hey, they can go back and look up Maccabees and these events that you read about and be like, oh, dang, it just gives the Bible more of what it should have. Go ahead, more historical. That's what Apocrypha is. It's really history. And it's related, you can correlate that history to today. Go ahead. You had a question, Yakuman? Go ahead, brother.
And just to add on to that, when they changed the faces of the just the fact that they changed the faces of the fathers, to white, the whitewashing, whitewashing of the history of Israel.
Mm-hmm. That's in the Apocrypha, though. You read about that in the Apocrypha. What was that? First Maccabees, 3 and 48 or 3 and 30. I'm somewhere around there. I might be paraphrasing. 3 and 38, something like that. I might be confusing it. It talks about how they're going to whitewash. It talks about the Renaissance in the Apocrypha. You know what I'm saying? I make sense of why they wouldn't want that in there. But to say that you don't believe in it is just telling me that you just don't believe in the word of God. And what more do I got to say for you? You know what I'm saying? It's a fact. It's known that they took it out to, because it's not inspired by their what did it say right here? Hold on. Let me read it one more time. Puritans insisted on their total removal because they were not considered part of the inspired canon, meaning what they wanted to have said in the Bible that they were creating. Doesn't mean it's not a part of the Bible. You see what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Like if I may, sir, also Oxford is in the Apocrypha.
Mm-hmm.
And that's most of the northern kingdom. Right.
It talks about how brothers got over here. You don't find that. You don't find that. It's a reason why they took it out. It's your history. They didn't want you to know that who you are. It's the further way of them stripping you of who you are. But through the Spirit of the Lord, we have it. You see what I'm saying? Where was we at? Let's hear it. Yeah, I wouldn't even personally. I wouldn't even like what. You know what I'm saying? Like some things you don't even gotta pull or say too much to them. It's just like, okay, you just gotta make them feel dumb. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's the logic in that? You know what I mean? Go ahead. Romans 6:1.
Oh God, this is the book of Romans, chapter 6, verse 1. What shall we say then? Shall we continue in sin that grace may abound?
Mm-hmm.
God forbid. How shall we that are dead to sin live any longer therein?
Mm-hmm.
So ye not that so many of us were baptized into Yahushua HaMashiach, were baptized into his death.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Therefore we are buried with him by baptism into death. And like as Christ was raised up from the dead by the glory of the Father, even so we also shall walk in newness of life.
Read that one more time. I'm trying to, I don't think I heard it though. Go ahead.
The book of Romans, chapter 6, verse 1. What shall we say then? Shall we continue in sin that grace may abound?
Mm-hmm.
God forbid. How shall we that are dead to sin live any longer therein?
Okay, this is improved. A Christian is going to read this troop and say, see, that applies to me too. This is me too. You know what I'm saying? But this is an excellent precept proving what grace is. Don't get it wrong. But how can you show that grace is for Israelites? Anybody else got? And does anybody else have one? Showing that grace it can be for Israelites, or grace is for Israelites. So that do you have grace because you're an Israelite? For time's sake, I'm gonna get it for you. All right. Let me get Jeremiah 32, 31 and 2.
It's the book of Jeremiah, chapter 31, verse 2.
Oh, that's like it. And how this is another thing on the Apocrypha thing. Why wouldn't you believe on the Apocrypha when the Apocrypha mentions figures like Abraham, mentions figures like Isaac, mentions the Passover, mentions Israel, mentions the tribes, mentions, Christ? Why wouldn't you go back to that? Why wouldn't you read the Apocrypha when it lines up with the Bible? Like, why wouldn't you go to that? You know what I'm saying? What's your reasoning for it? And let them break down their reasoning, which of course you're gonna know is like it's garbage. You know what I'm saying? But go ahead. Where we at? Jeremiah 31 and 2.
Okay. This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 31, verse 2. Thus saith the Lord, the people which were left of the sword found grace in the wilderness.
Mm-hmm. Who's that? People that were left of the sword? Read it.
Even Israel.
Right.
When I went to cause him to rest.
That's the people that find grace with the Lord. We are left to the sword right now. And we are under what? Grace. We are the people that are left to the sword. You see what Donald Trump's doing? You see what these people are doing to us? They want to kill us. They want to cause world wars and kill Israelites. You see what I'm saying? Police, just because you don't see it as much on the internet no more, police shootings are still happening. Brothers are getting wrongfully murdered in the streets. Innocent men. For nothing. Police are still knocking on doors, shooting people through doors. That is still going on. People are still snatching kids out their homes. Just because the ICE protest died down doesn't mean they're still not doing what they're doing. Because I remember, like, back in like the early pre-2020, police shootings is all you seen on the internet. That was the viral videos, unlawful police shootings, and this and that. That stuff is still happening. We're still being slayed with the sword. Or Slack it. Hold on, let me see what the concept. Read it one more time.
Okay. It's the book of Jeremiah, chapter 31, verse 2.
Mm-hmm.
Thus saith the Lord, the people which were left of the sword found grace in the wilderness.
Oh, Salakia. I'm out of context. I'm out of context. This is the people that were left of the sword. In this context, it's talking about the people that survived being killed by the sword were left in the wilderness. Right? Go ahead.
Even Israel, when I went to cause him to rest.
Right. So we found rest. The Lord gave us time to heal, a time to get right, which is the grace. You see what I'm saying? But these are the people that were killed by the sword. I mean, the people that were left by the sword and found grace. Found the time to recover from being murdered. Go ahead, Yahawan. Which still applies to today. we still being pursued. We have a time to recover, a time to get right. When you see priests out on them streets, when you see brothers out there prophesying, we see classes, we are now projecting the Lord's grace, a time for you to get it right. Come get right. Come here. Come in here. Come to class. Serve the Lord. That's all projecting the Lord's grace, trying to have you come do what the Lord's called you to do in the time that he's giving you to do it.
Right.
Go ahead.
Salaka, sir, could we use John chapter 4, verse 22?
Let's hear it.
There's a book of John chapter 4, verse 22. Ye worship, ye know not what we know.
Mm-hmm.
What Salakia?
Take your time. Go ahead.
Ye worship, ye know not what.
Right.
We know what we worship,
Mm-hmm.
for salvation is of the Jews.
Right. Well, and break it down. Why would you pull this? Break it down.
If I may, it says that in ignorance they worship something, but they don't know.
Mm-hmm.
So they don't have anybody to break it down. They follow traditions and things that that they have said, but it doesn't necessarily pertain to them.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's not for them. So they since they are Jews, they know that Christ came to die for them.
Mm-hmm. This is an excellent precept. It's actually in the salvation. That one I would add to my salvation breakdown. Salvation for the Jews, because they worship what they know not. We walk around here not knowing who we should worship, what we should worship. You know what I'm saying? So, like, hold on one second. But we know that salvation is for the Jews. I wouldn't necessarily pull this up to prove grace, though. You see what I'm saying? But I would definitely add that to my salvation breakdown. Right? Let's get mercy. That's a good one to have. That's a lot. That's the one Christians try to prove. This probably be the last one. Mercy. And I kind of want to get strangers. But we'll go mercy right now. All right? Show me that mercy is for Israel. I'm a Christian. Show me that mercy is for Israel. Because we know that the Lord's not going to have mercy on who? Esau. Esau walk around. I have mercy and grace and I'm saved. Israelites walk around saying they saved. What are you saved from? You still in hell. Where are you saved from? I'm saved. God got me. I'm saved. No, you're not. You're not saved. You're not saved. You're delusional is what you are. If you think this is saved, if you think because you donating to Pastor Pochop and he's riding around in the Bentley and you're not, you think you saved. That's not saved. It's because he tells you are. We know we saved when we what? How do we know we saved? When we're saved? Go ahead.
When we on them chariots.
When we own them damn chariots. That's how we know we saved. That's how we know. Are you going to continue to do the things to get you saved? Are you going to endure into the end? Do you really want it? Do you? These are questions you should ask yourself. Look yourself in the mirror and say, do I really want the kingdom of heaven? Do I really want to be a that? Do I really want to make it on a chariot? Because a lot of times it just sounds good to people and they just, don't know how to say no. They don't know how to say, no, I don't want it. I really don't. I'd rather just sin. So, I'm just here. Or you truly do want it, and that's why you're here. But you got to be a brother that's locked in and really wants it, really does the things, put action behind his faith, and really does the things, a sister that put action behind her faith and acts and does the things that's going to get you saved. And enduring to the end is one of them, right? Let's get it. What I say, mercy? Go ahead, brother.
For mercy, would a good precept be Romans 9 and 15, but to start at 13?
Yeah, let's hear it. Let's hear it.
I
don't got that one in my notes. Let's see.
So this is the book of Romans 9 and 13. As it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated. What shall we say then? Is there unrighteousness with God? God forbid. For he saith to Moses, I will have mercy on whom I will have mercy, and I will have compassion on whom I will have compassion.
Yes, this is a good precept. I will pull this precept, though, to prove what? Prove what, though?
Maybe like to prove his people precept.
No, not necessarily. It's right there if you're reading it. It's right there. Read it one more time.
This is the book of Romans 9 and 13. As it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated. What shall we say then? Is there unrighteousness with God?
Well, why are they asking this question? Why is Paul saying this? Is there unrighteousness to God? Go ahead.
Because they say God don't hate.
Right. They say God doesn't hate. But they're also going to say, a Christian will be like, well, then they're going to try to say that God is wrong. God is evil. That's why he says, so is there unrighteousness with God? That's why Paul is posing that question. Because he's saying, I will have, read it one more time. Let me get there with you so I can read it, so I can break it down how I'm seeing it. Was that Romans 9 and what?
Romans 9 and 14.
All right, let's get it. I will pull this precept just to give you what I'm saying. I will pull this precept after I show who mercy is for and that they don't have mercy. Because once you show them that, okay, we know that this is in the context that God loves and God hates, right? That's why he says start at 13. As it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated. Right? So what shall you say then? That's just a question. What you gonna say now? Think of a brother at camp, right? Picture this as you're at camp and you tell a person, people walk up to you and you tell them the Lord loves Jacob and the Lord hates Esau. And they're gonna say, we just read that out of the Bible. So what shall we say then? Is there unrighteousness with God? God forbid. No. You know what I'm saying? He's not. For he said unto Moses, before we go back to what he said, why the reason why the brother is saying, For he said unto Moses, I will have mercy on whom I have mercy on. I will have compassion on whom I have compassion on. The reason why the Lord doesn't have mercy on you, because he doesn't want to have mercy on you. It's God's choice. Right? That's the God you want to serve. It's his choice on who. He's the Almighty. He's the Most High. He declares, you don't dictate what he can have mercy on. That's the prideness of a Christian. They think they can dictate and manipulate God's words to what they want it to be. That's why a Christian thinks like, oh, I did this. I went to church on Sunday. God better bless me. They think that they think that God's blessing. Hold on. How do I say this? They think that. Hold on. My mind is twisted right now. Give me Joshua real quick. It's gonna help me. It's gonna help me. It's gonna help me break down what I'm saying. Joshua 1. Give me Joshua 1 and 8. Joshua chapter 1, verse 8. Read it when you got it.
The book of Joshua, chapter 1, verse 8. This book of the law shall not depart out of thy mouth, but thou shalt meditate therein day and night, that thou mayest observe to do according to all that is written therein.
Right.
For then thou shalt make thy way prosperous.
Okay, slow down right here. So he's telling you this book of the law shall not depart of your mouth. Meaning what? And you should always teach the law, speak the law, be in the spirit of the law. Meditate on it day and night, meaning what? Keep it on your mind. So you're not slipping. You're not, I wasn't even thinking about that. I ate the pork. Or I wasn't thinking about that. I bought that person some cigarettes or something like that. Like, you contributed to something. You wasn't thinking. You wasn't being seasoned enough in your mind. The law wasn't on your mind. So you went and so Satan crept in and caused you to err. You see what I'm saying? That's what the Lord said. Meditate on it day and night. Keep it on your mind. When you meditate on something, it's on your mind. Keep the law on your mind. And keep going from that point.
Okay. For then thou shalt make thy way prosperous.
No. Meditate on it. Meditate therein day and night.
That thou mayest observe to do according to all that is written therein.
Then you start doing all that is written therein. Keep going.
Okay. For then thou shalt make thy way prosperous.
And then your ways will be prosperous. Keep going.
And then thou shalt have good success.
Okay, Christians think it's the other way around. You see what I'm saying? They think God has to serve them and then I will be obedient. That's what I was trying to say. They think that once God blesses me, then I'll do what God says. It's the other way around. You serve the Lord and then the Lord may bless you. You see what I'm saying? Y'all get me?
Okay.
All right. Let's get back to where we was at. Where was we at? What's the brother? Did I answer your question, young man?
Why? What's the real? What would that precept be good for? Yes.
It would be that one would be good. Oh yeah, we on mercy. That one would be good for Romans 9 and 13. That would be good. That would be good on showing why the Lord doesn't have mercy on everybody. You see what I'm saying? Now, this will show you who mercy is for. Give me Isaiah 14 and 1. And then somebody get Ezra 3 and 11. And somebody give me Psalms 98 and 3. Right? These are ones to show you who the Lord has mercy on. You see what I'm saying? And then once they say, why is mercy only for you? You'll pull what, young man, right here, Brian?
9 and 13.
Then you'll pull Romans 9 and 13. I'll have mercy on whom I want to have mercy on. You see what I'm saying? Go ahead. Let's get those ones, any order. It doesn't matter. Just get the ones I called.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 14, verse 1. For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob.
What?
For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob.
On who?
On Jacob.
There you go. That's a cut. Keep going.
And will yet choose Israel.
And he will choose Israel. See what I'm saying? Now give me Ezra. 3 and 11. Mm-hmm.
The book of Ezra, chapter 3, verse 11. And they sang together by course in praising and giving thanks unto the Lord, because he is good, for his mercy endureth forever toward Israel.
Toward who?
Toward Israel.
Toward who?
Toward Israel.
Right. You seeing it now? Go ahead. Now drop that. Give me Psalms 98 and 3. That AC is not blowing. Can you turn it to fan setting or whatever is on right now? Do the opposite. It's a lot here. Read it when you got it. 98 and 3.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 98, verse 3. He hath remembered his mercy and his truth toward the house of Israel. All the ends of the earth have seen the salvation of our God.
So what? So why did I pull this one? Read it one more time.
He hath remembered his mercy and his truth toward the house of Israel.
Towards the house of Israel. Hit the point. You know what I'm saying? Towards who? The house of Israel. That's a good part of reading. When you're reading, understanding why the brother's pulling it and hammering that point. Definitely at camp. You know what I'm saying? The brother pulled this for X, Y. I see. Are you reading it? As you the reader up there, and you're like, oh, I see why he pulled it. And he says, the Lord's gonna have salvation on, or have mercy on Israelites. Read this. And when you see it says mercy, like gets to that point, emphasize that point. You see what I'm saying? It makes the reading profound. The reader is just as important as the teacher. Go ahead, Yakima.
Like, sir, I want to embrace it.
Yeah. Go ahead.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7, verse 12. Wherefore it shall come to pass, if ye hearken to these judgments, and keep and do them, that the Lord thy God shall keep unto thee the covenant and the mercy which he swore unto thy fathers.
Okay. Perfect. You know what I'm saying? It's an excellent precept. All right.
It's like this, sir, if I may.
Go ahead.
What about Amos 3, 1 through 2?
Let's hear it.
It's the book of Amos, chapter 3.
Slack it, just real quick. Can I get another water, please? Bubble, sir. Go ahead.
It's the book of Amos, chapter 3, verse 1. Hear this word that the Lord have spoken against you, O children of Israel, against the whole family which I brought up from the land of Egypt, saying, you only have I known of all the families of the earth. Therefore I will punish you for all your iniquities.
Well, pulling this for what? What's the reason you want to pull it?
To show that.
Is there a colder one? Like maybe the one in the drawer, please.
I will pull this precept to show that only we could deserve mercy because we're the only ones he dealt with. And we're the only ones that could transgress the law because the law was given to us.
Okay, but why is the Lord destroying Esau though? Is the Lord destroying Esau for just being Esau, or is he destroying Esau for his crimes as well, his iniquities as well? So I wouldn't pull that for that, what you're saying right there. You see what I'm saying? Because then somebody's gonna backdoor and say that what I just said to you right there. You see what I'm saying? So I would say I wouldn't pull this one for that, in that context. You know what I'm saying? That one I will more so put in the box of showing you're special. And since you're special to the Lord will punish you. You see what I'm saying? Since you special, since you matter to him so much, just like a good father, He will punish you because he chose you to be a certain way towards him. He gave you something to be important to. Go ahead, young man.
Slacky, sir. I got a scripture for mercy.
Go ahead.
This is the book of Hebrews, chapter 4, verse 16.
Mm-hmm.
Let us therefore come boldly unto the throne of grace, that we may obtain mercy and find grace to help in the time of need.
That's a good one. That's a good one. Because why? You come boldly in the time of grace, meaning get yourself right now. Do it important. Do it with urgency in your time of grace, and then you will attain the mercy of the Lord. Then the Lord can say, you know what? I'll forgive you. You know what? What you did don't matter. Come on, get on this chariot. Let's get up out of here. Then the Lord can do that. You see what I'm saying? But let's drop that. Let's get stranger. What's a stranger? It's real quick. Who can tell me what a stranger is? Go ahead, Yakima.
If I may, sir, a stranger is an Israelite living outside of Israel.
Give me an example. Put it in today's terms. What will be a stranger to us?
A stranger to us would be somebody from, let's say, from Arizona or from San Diego that's not here in Southern California where we are. That would be a stranger coming in, to our zone.
Get that brother a hand. That's exactly what a stranger is. A stranger is like if you from California and you gonna move to Louisiana, you are now a sojourner in Louisiana. Think of it that's how a sojourner is basically a brother that came to. Okay, I'm put it inside the context. So if you're living in a house in your Abijala tribe of Judah, house of that's the Wogabar, and then you're living in the land of Judah, and then Yakawan, it's like a tribe of Issachar, house of it's like I don't know, your father, and you come into that land of Judah, brother's gonna look at you like, why is this correct? Why is this right here? You know what I'm saying? Not in no unbrotherly way. It's just like you're here. Why is he just sojourner? And the Lord commands us to have compassion on that brother, have mercy on that brother. See what I'm saying? Treat him as your own, even though he's a stranger in that land, even though he's somebody that doesn't usually be in his land. Why would he be in that land? Maybe the work is good. Maybe, he got him a Judite rib, and her inheritance is over here. This is why I'm over here. You see what I'm saying? Maybe, it's different reasons why the brother will be over there, but they're telling you it's a law to treat this brother like a brother. See what I'm saying? So when they pull strangers, when they talk about strangers, stranger is an Israelite, or a sojourner or a stranger is an Israelite, right, that is coming to a land, right? And let's get Leviticus. Let me see if I can confuse y'all real quick. See if y'all were listening earlier. Let me get Leviticus 25 and 45.
It's the book of Leviticus, chapter 25, verse 45. Moreover, the children of Israel, moreover, the children of the strangers that do sojourn among you, of them shall ye buy, and of their families that are with you, which they begat in your land, and they shall be your possession.
Hold on. Hold on. Let me get there with y'all. Leviticus 25. Hold on, real quick. Yes. Never mind. I ain't gonna go there. I'm just gonna teach y'all. Go to 35. Yep.
It's the book of Leviticus, chapter 25, verse 35. And if thy brother be waxing poor and fallen in decay with thee, then thou shalt relieve him. Yea, though he be a stranger or a sojourner.
Right. So what's the context of what we're talking about? What's the context of this precept? Go ahead, Abajala.
If thy brother be waxing poor.
So the context is what?
Trying to prove that stranger means brother, someone that is an Israelite.
Right. So the context of this scripture would be, we're talking about a brother. This is a Levitical law given to who? Israelites. This is an Israelite talking about his brother. You see what I'm saying? So we're talking about a brother. Keep going.
I'll pick it up. Leviticus 25:35. If thy brother be waxing poor and fall in decay with thee, then thou shalt relieve him, yea, though he be a stranger or a sojourner.
Right, though he be a stranger or a sojourner. Right, those terms are coincide with one another. What's it called? Synonyms. Go ahead.
That he may live with thee.
Right.
Take thou no usury of him or increase, but fear thy God, that thy brother may live with thee.
Right. So it's like your brother's poor. He fell on hard times or whatever. He might not be from the land of Issachar, but Issachar don't treat him wrong. Get that brother a job, help him out, do him right. Don't charge him usury. Don't tax him. Don't put interest on his debt. Let him work his debt off, man. Give him a job, help him out. Right? Go ahead. Because why they say fear thy God? Because if you don't do that, God's gonna punish you. You be unbrotherly, the Lord's gonna punish you. Go ahead.
Verse 37. Thou shalt not give him thy money upon usury, nor lend him thy victuals for increase.
Right.
I am the Lord your God, which brought you forth out of the land of Egypt to give you the land of Canaan and to be your God.
Right. Keep going.
And if thy brother that dwelleth by thee be waxing poor and be sold unto thee, thou shalt not compel him to serve as a bondservant.
Right. So if your brother comes into you and be waxing poor, you can't sell him as no slave. You can't make your brother a slave. You see what I'm saying? You can't do it. It's in the law. You cannot make your brother a slave. It's like I'm finna work the shit out of this nigga. You can't do that. He finna be, you know what I'm saying? You can't have him treat that brother like a slave. You can't. Go ahead.
Verse 40, but as an hired servant.
Right, you should give him. You're gonna give him a job. That brother, he's poor, he's down bad. You're gonna give him. He's gonna be as a hired person, a person that has a job. This is the type of spirit we're gonna have in the kingdom. You're not gonna have no brother down bad. You think it's gonna be poor Israelites walking around the kingdom like how it is in San Bernardino and many other great cities? That's like it. Many other cities across this nation. Brothers is poor. You think that's gonna be a thing in the kingdom of heaven? No. There ain't gonna be no poor Israelite. Oh, brother, without money in his pocket. We all got money. We just living it up, and this brother poor, hungry. No, it's not going to be like that in the kingdom of heaven. It wasn't even supposed to be like that in the land of Canaan that we were dwelling in. It's never going to be like that because we have laws in place to keep that. Whether a brother is just a sojourner, he coming from New York to California, we're going to show him hospitality, or whether we in the land, I go over there, Abad over there running this, Yakawan running this, I'll go over there, sojourn over there, and I might fall on hard times. I know I can get a job over here. Just like the white man, he can go from a bum and be the corporate CEO. And the next thing, because this is his kingdom. See what I'm saying? He can go from a felon to the captain in the United States Marine Corps, telling you what the hell you can join or you can't join. He can go from being a boy that played Call of Duty all day to a pilot of an airplane. Right. Because that's how it is in this kingdom. Go ahead, Abba Johnson.
So, like, if I may, even worse, go from being a felon to the president.
Thank you. Go from being a felon, a draft dodger, to the president of the United States about to implement a draft. And the irony, because he dodged drafts before. That's fact. You see what I'm saying? But hey, in the kingdom of heaven, a brother is not finna be without.
Right.
And this is the laws in place to make sure a brother never goes without. You see a brother, and like, dang, you got the ability to get him a slavery, get that brother in slavery, or help him out. In the kingdom, he's gonna be, I'm gonna hire you. I'm not gonna treat you as a slave. Because you're even though you are a stranger in this land, even though you are a sojourner. You know what I'm saying? Even though this is my land, this is the land of Judah, being Judite land. Like, I.S.U.P.K come over there, he might fall, ran out of my money, or whatever. Brother, come on, I got a job for you. And he's gonna get paid handsomely. He's gonna get paid well, as he should. Go ahead, young man.
So, like you, sir, if I may, while we're on this topic, can you help me to understand Matthew 5 and 19?
Let's get it. Where we at? Matthew 5 and 13.
Matthew 5 and 19.
19, Slocky. Matthew 5.
I'm trying to understand what the least is in the kingdom compared to what the great is in the kingdom.
Okay. Let's read it and I'll break it down for you.
It's the book of Matthew, chapter 5, verse 19. Whoever therefore shall break one of these least commandments and shall teach men so, he shall be called least in the kingdom of heaven. But whoever shall do them and teach them shall be called great in the kingdom of heaven.
So this is just all, that all men aren't created equal, right?
Right.
Certain brothers have certain powers. Everybody not created equal. So it's going to be brothers and sisters that are not on the same field. It's going to be the 144,000. We're not even on the same field of Christ.
Right.
It's going to be Christ, 144,000 in their ranks. It's going to be brothers that are just common brothers that thrive in this society, but they're not the greatest. But they're just not, since they're not the greatest, they're the least. But they're not under a heathen, though. You see what I'm saying? They just don't have the stature as somebody that was given the power or given that stature. You see what I'm saying? They're just a brother that's common. Think of a commoner. You just didn't make it to be the brother up there. You see what I'm saying? That's all it is. So a least brother is still better than a heathen.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? You're still not going to be a slave. You're going to be enjoying the benefits of the kingdom of heaven. You see what I'm saying? You just last. I mean, that's why we strive to be one of those brothers that receive what he's supposed to receive. Right. You see what I'm saying? It's going to be people. The Lord's going to have mercy on whom he had mercy on. Right. There's going to be brothers and sisters that get beamed up and never heard the truth, wondering why the hell they're here.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? But they did something that the Lord decided to have mercy on them. You see what I'm saying? Them brothers that didn't, they're going to be commoners. Brothers just, hey, you might hire them. Be like, hey, be in charge of these heathens over here. You know what I'm saying? I'll pay you X amount of dollars. You know what I'm saying? Or it's going to be that type of structure. Like just like how it is. The brothers that's the trooper, even though he's the least in the structure of the school, doesn't mean that doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? Doesn't mean that you don't matter though. Right. You still matter. You just don't have the rank as a captain. That's all. Or as a general. That's all it is.
Right.
All right. Let's get, where was we at? Leviticus 25. Let's get back to that because there's still some more on that. Leviticus 25. Where did we leave off on?
39.
39. Let's get it. Read it from the top.
And we'll come in the book of Leviticus, chapter 25, verse 39.
Mm-hmm.
And if thy brother that dwelleth by thee be waxen poor and be sold unto thee, thou shalt not compel him to serve as a bondservant.
Yeah, you can't try to force your brother into slavery, bro. We're not enslaving Israelites. Even the least. You know what I'm saying? Even the poor. We're not doing that to our brothers. But go ahead, but verse 40.
Come, verse 40. But as an hired servant.
Right. You're gonna earn an honest living.
Right.
Go ahead.
And as a sojourner.
Right.
He shall be with thee, and shall serve thee unto the year of Jubilee.
Mm-hmm. Keep going.
Verse 41. And then shall he depart from thee, both he and his children with him, and shall returneth unto his own family, and unto the possession of his fathers shall he return.
All right, so then he pays off his debt. He's good to go. Now he got enough money to get back to his home. It's good. Right? He worked off his debt. Keep going.
Come on. Verse 42. For there are my servants which I brought forth out of the land of Egypt. They shall not be sold as bondmen.
Right. So this is they're not your servants. Israel is my servant.
Right.
Right? That's what the Lord is saying. Go ahead.
Thou shalt not rule over him with rigor, but shalt fear thy God.
Mm-hmm.
Both thy bondmen and thy bondmaids which thou shalt have shall be of the heathen that are round about you.
Mm-hmm.
Of them shall ye buy bondmen and bondmaids.
Mm-hmm.
Moreover, the children of the strangers that do sojourn among you, of them shall ye buy, and of their families that are with you, which they begat in your land, and they shall be your possession.
Mm-hmm. Keep going.
And ye shall take them as an inheritance for your children after you, to inherit them for a possession. They shall be your bondmen forever. But over your brethren, the children of Israel, ye shall not rule one over another with rigor.
All right. So where are we at? Right? What are we saying in verses 44 and on down? Go ahead, Abajala.
Like it basically is saying, the people that are there when you get there, like the land of Canaan, because we had to take it through war, them is your bondman, your bondwoman. Then you can buy and sell. But your brothers, you know what I'm saying, the sojourner or the stranger in the context of he's not from your land, you can't buy him. That's not your servant. Like you were saying, they my servants. They can work for you, but they can't buy them. You don't own them. But the people that are there when you get there after you take the land, the strangers, the actual strangers, them you can buy and sell. And they're your possession.
So heathen are strangers too?
Come on.
How do you show me that?
Right there.
Read it one more time. Show me where it said that.
Okay. Both thy, verse 44, both thy bondmen and thy bondmaids which thou shalt have shall be of the heathen that are round about you. Of them shall ye buy bondmen and bondmaids. Moreover, the children of the strangers that do sojourn among you, of them shall ye buy, and of their families that are with you.
So you're telling me what?
That's heathens. Now the context is now in heathen.
There you go. Get that brother in hand. Man, that's what I wanted. The context. You have to understand context, because if you just reading through, if you don't understand the context, that's why you'll never let a heathen or let a what's the name put you in a box. Never let them put you in a box. But you always got to understand context. You see what I'm saying? Don't ever say strangers is only Israelites, because they're gonna come right here. But you have to understand the context. You see what I'm saying? Yes, these is now from verses. Where are we at? What verses you was just at?
44.
From verses 44 on down, the context switches.
Right.
See what I'm saying? From verses 44 on up, the context is stranger is thy brother, and how you can't have your brother as a bondsman. That's why now in 44 and 45 it now says what? Oh, these can be your bondmen. These heathen can be your bondmen. And their children, which are sojourners, which are strangers, you can keep them forever. Look, I don't give a damn. Keep them. Keep them forever. Ain't no going back to your land and inheritance and all that stuff. Ain't none of that. You see what I'm saying? So those are the differences. That's how you prove who strangers are too as well. Leviticus 25:39 on down. But just note that in verse 44, the context does switch to heathen. Now say that, write this down in your notes as well, right? Give me 1 second to pull up what I wrote. When it comes strangers, when it comes to how to deal with the heathens, the Bible, when it comes to strangers, the Bible identifies them as heathens. It's always going to be that there. The Bible's going to always identify the stranger, when it's talking about a stranger, as a heathen, just like it did right there. But when it comes to Israel and how to deal with the strangers of Israel, the Bible is always going to identify Israel as a stranger. So if it doesn't clarify if it's a heathen or not, you know it's talking about Israel. If it does clarify as a heathen, you know in this context, he's talking about this stranger is a heathen. But if it doesn't clarify that it's a heathen, then you know that the Bible is talking about Israelites as that stranger in whatever context it is. Go ahead.
So like it's a precept, Luke 10 and 33. But a certain Samaritan, as he sojourned, so like as he journeyed, came where he was, and when he saw him, he had compassion on him, and went into him, and bound his wounds, pouring oil and wine, and set him on his own beast, and brought him to an inn, and took care of him. Verse 35. And on the morrow, when he departed, he took out 2 pence and gave them to the host, and said unto him, Take care of him, and whatsoever thou spendest more, that when I come again, I will repay thee. With verse 36, which now these 3 think thou that was the neighbor unto him that fell among thieves. Verse 37, and he said, He that showed mercy on him. Then said Jesus unto him, Go and thou do likewise. My question is on the precept: is the Samaritan, like you were saying, is that we don't know whether the sojourner was a Israelite or?
How would you know that this? How can you tell the difference? What do you think it is? What do you think he is? Think he's an Israelite or a heathen?
Well, I'm thinking that it describes him as a stranger coming into the land and saw somebody that was in need and took care of him.
Okay, but is this Samaritan an Israelite?
He was.
But how do you know that though? How do you know that he's an Israelite?
Because he had compassion on somebody of his own.
So this is a Israelite that comes in. Read it one more time. Here. Where you at again?
Luke 10 and 33.
Luke 10 and 33. Let me get in there with you. Hold on. 10 and 33. Yeah, okay, go ahead.
There's a book of Luke, chapter 10, verse 33. But a certain Samaritan, as he journeyed, came where he was, and when he saw him, he had compassion on him, and went to him and bound up his wounds, pouring in oil and wine, and set him on his own beast, and brought him to an inn, and took care of him. Verse 35. And on the morrow, when he departed, he took out 2 pence and gave them to the host, and said unto him, Take care of him, and whatsoever thou spendest more, then when I come again, I will repay thee.
All right, so a man comes in, he gets taken care of by where are we at? Where we in Jerusalem? The context, where's this place at that he came in? And Jesus answered and said, a certain man went down from Jerusalem to Jericho. Right. Okay, so yeah. So where are we at? So how do you know? This is my question to you. How do you know that this is an Israelite? You said, I believe this Samaritan man is an Israelite, right? But how do you, but what makes you say that?
By the fact that he knew the law, how to take care of a brother.
There you go.
So he had, compassion on him. So he wasn't gonna let him be, and just he wasn't just gonna let him die. Basically.
Right. He did what we just read in Leviticus 25. Right. But not necessarily hiring him, but he took care of him. That brother in Leviticus 25, just like this brother that's coming in here fell into thieves, meaning he got robbed and hurt and beat up. He got robbed, hurt, and beat up, and now he's stuck here. And a brother, he came into the land, and brothers seen him beat up and robbed, and they took care of him. A brother, the point of Leviticus 25 is that brother in Leviticus 25 fell poor. He fell on hard times, and he came into he was in another brother's land, and they took care of him. Now, based off what I said, if it's talking about a heathen, the Bible would describe this stranger as a heathen in the context. There is no context of clarification of if it's a heathen or not, so we can know that it is a Israelite. See what I'm saying? That this stranger is talking about us. Whenever the Bible talks about a stranger, it's either going to clarify if it's talking about a heathen stranger. It's going to say heathen. It's going to clarify that this is a heathen stranger, just like it did in Leviticus 25. When it doesn't clarify, we can know that it's talking about an Israelite. See what I'm saying? What time we looking at? 8:57. Okay. Any more questions? No. 1 second. All right. One more thing I want to pull up real quick just before y'all go. Ooh, I got strangers. Give me one more. Give me John 7:35 real quick. Just a quick Gentile one. And understanding context. It's on the same topic of context. A lot of Christians run away from context. They don't understand it because they don't know it. But you got to understand it. You got to know it. Right? So Paul and the Gentiles and the salvation, he's talking about all these different things, just like in the Levitical law, understanding context. Like Abijah caught it, or we switched context in between in the same chapter. We switched the context changed, right? Same thing. We know when Paul was talking, he had certain things was in certain contexts, and this is an example of it as well, right? Give me John 7:35.
This is the book of John, chapter 7, verse 35. Then said the Jews among themselves, whither will he go, that we shall not find him? Will he go unto the dispersed among the Gentiles and teach the Gentiles?
So what is it saying? What is it saying? Go ahead, Abijah.
The disciples is asking, where is Christ going to go? When Christ said he's going to leave, Christ is telling them where he's leaving. They're asking, okay, where are you going to go? You going to go teach unto the Gentiles? Because back in the scriptures, being a Gentile was frowned upon. If you wasn't from Jerusalem, they looked at you like a stranger or a Gentile.
Right.
So he's saying, dang, you going to go teach unto the Gentiles? Because it was kind of unheard of. That's why Paul had to say neither Jew nor Greek, because the Jews are born in Jerusalem weren't accepting of the Gentiles because they didn't follow the customs that we follow in Jerusalem.
Okay, but are Gentiles heathens too?
Come on, they are.
In what context? Like okay, and what by what definition? How's a Gentile heathen?
Gentile just means nation.
Right.
The word goyim.
Right.
Just means nation.
Right.
So anybody of a different nation, meaning I'm American, quote unquote.
So you would be considered a
Gentile.
Right.
From Jerusalem. Gotcha.
Okay, you on point. So continue. What you were saying originally? What you done? That was it? Okay, so in this context, okay, hold on, let me think of my question. Is there two? Do you see the context switch though in this? Do you see it? Go ahead. Let me hear it. Go ahead.
The dispersed among the Gentiles and then teach unto the Gentiles.
So break it down to me.
The dispersed meaning those of us that moved out of Jerusalem. The dispersed, like we lived in other nations. We weren't just from, or like a centurion. And the Italian man, they would think he's a heathen because he's called by a different name. Italian.
Right.
But he was just living around the Romans.
Right.
Instead of being in a section where all the Jews was at.
Okay.
So dispersed among the Gentiles and then teach unto the Gentiles.
So what's the context in that one?
This is speaking of heathens.
You sure?
The dispersed among the Gentiles. So we're the dispersed, the Jews, and then among the Gentiles mean the heathens. And teach unto the Gentiles.
So in teaching to the heathens?
That's what I'm saying. They're asking that. Of course, Christ didn't.
Okay, so the first Gentiles is what? In the verse, the first Gentiles you see is what?
Heathens.
The second Gentiles is what?
Us.
There you go. He understands. Most High Christ, give him a hand. I'm gonna break it down. I'm gonna say it in a way so that everybody can understand, right? This is why understanding context is important. Verse 30, John 7:35. Then said the Jews among themselves, whither will he go, that he shall not find him? Will he go unto the dispersed Israelites among the Gentiles, heathens? You know what I'm saying? Will he go to the dispersed among the heathens? Or will he go to the Israelites amongst the heathens and teach the Israelites? Because we know what was Paul's mission? What was Christ's mission? Go ahead. To teach to the Gentiles. We know that Christ is sent to what is it? Paul's mission was to, we commanded going out into the why can't I think of it right now? Yeah, and thank you. You see what I'm saying? Paul's mission was he didn't go to heathens to teach. Paul went to Israelites to teach that were amongst the dispersed. You see what I'm saying? That were amongst the heathen. He went to the dispersed that were amongst the heathen. I don't know why I'm not saying that right. He went to teach Israelites amongst the Israelites, which are dispersed amongst the heathen. See what I'm saying? So in this verse, he's saying, then said the Jews amongst themselves, whither will he go, that we shall not find him? Will he go to Israelites among heathens and teach the Israelites? You see what I'm saying? That's what he's saying in his verse. The context switches. This is why you have to understand context, which that's the whole point of me bringing this up, right? So, brothers and sisters, this is the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. Started out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander Jimmy YAHANNA. Is there any more questions before I close it out? All right, I'm going to pass the class to Pearson Officer Abad. Hold on. And teach. If he go among the heathen and teach the brothers. Yes, that's what it's saying, Michael. He should go among the heathen and teach brothers, though. Hold on, just real quick before I close it. I know I said one more. Hold on. Just to prove the point of what Paul's mission was. Let me get out of Paul's. Oh my, give me Romans 11:26. Hold on. Oh no, slack it. Just break this down. We're gonna close it out. Give me Romans 9. Romans 9. We ain't gonna pull it. You can still call it. Romans 9:4-5 proves what I just said about Paul's mission. Romans 11:26. And even them in John 7:35 proves what I'm saying as well, because they're saying he's gonna go to Israelites, which is the dispersed. We know who the dispersed is with James 1:1, the scattered. And he's going to go to the Israelites that are living among heathens, which would be like coming to the Israelites in California that are living among white people. That's what we go to. We go to Hollywood, to the Israel. We go amongst the Gentiles, the heathens. We go to the dispersed amongst the heathens to teach the Gentiles, which are Israelites. You see what I'm saying? All right. With that, go ahead.
With that, Israel, mighty. Stand, going to give courtesy salute to the teacher. Israel, mighty Shabbat, mighty Rock. Yahweh Shemiah Shabbat.
But Yahweh Shemiah Shabbat.
Eddie Matah, class dismissed.
Hey, listen, brothers and sisters, man. If you like what you hear, hit the subscribe button, man. Subscribe to this channel. And also, please, go to ISUPK.com and pay your tithe. Drop me some cash so we can move around this planet like we need to, man, and do the things we need to do.
They're one West. They're one West. They're one West. They're